Yeah.
address the board at this time?
Yes.
Good evening. My name is Art Toledo, I'm a community activist, and I get involved in issues when I see that they're doing wrong to our communities. I'm here tonight because I saw basically what happened that last meeting I attended. I saw your superintendent real rude to our people that came here. He started making them tell us to look at her or look at you guys. Hey, it's our public right, whatever we want to do. So I took that very offensive. You talked to that black man really nasty. And you did, man. Well, I don't know who you are, but you didn't talk to him in a nice way. But that's neither here or there now. We're on the issue tonight. It was brought to my attention by some parents when they're here tonight that, the kids are at little elementary school down here on Central. They had their rights violated by not using the public restroom. He took their privileges away because they were talking at lunchtime all real loud and all that. And they brought it to Angel, they brought it to another board member, and I don't know what the superintendent did on it, which evidently she didn't do much because the principal's the one that handled it. I went there to observe just to see how he's gonna handle this matter. It's serious. You're talking about 3rd and 4th graders. And you're talking about serious charges. You can't deny kids all day long not using the restroom and try to justify that they misunderstood or misinterpreted. Come on, point blank, your son or daughter, what would you do? Think about it. And this is the kind of schools we're having run out here. Believe me, the outside people get a hold of this, you guys are gonna have a nightmare. Because that's unacceptable in any school. Can't deprive kids of privileges. And when I asked them, simple question, his answer was, well, she had to go, why didn't she come to me? He already denied them. She had stomach pain, she went home, and she had to use the restroom as fast as she could. This is my concern, that's what I'm here for. I fight for kids. Wherever the fight is, I go where the kids are at, and the parents. And this is not gonna stop here, we're not gonna go away. It's something that's gonna have to be dealt with. You are the policy makers. She's only an administrator. But you guys are gonna have to set policy. And you're gonna have to have this principal come in here and justify what he did that day. We got witnesses, we got kids, we got parents. This is gonna stop. He's not gonna discipline corporate punishment to our kids. Not in that manner. And, I understand you gotta, sometimes talk to them on that, but don't take away that. That's inhumane. Even the people that are incarcerated gets restroom privileges anytime they want them. You guys better think about it as a board, what are you gonna do about it? Word's already getting out. And I know you're a new president now, congratulations. But we need your help. You guys are gonna have to set policy. And if your superintendent's too far removed from the community and not taking this personal and moved on it, then you guys are gonna have to act on it. Because you're gonna be responsible for the actions in the community. And I will go out there and we'll bring the parents in and you guys are gonna be liable. There's gonna be a lot of actions happening, so get ready. We're not gonna go away. I just came tonight to present it the best way I can. I talked to your principal, so it's already started. Now you guys think about how you wanna handle this, because it's gonna go other levels. So I take it very kindly if you start addressing this, not passing the buck. And that's what they did. Angel knew about it, and another board member, I don't know which one it was, you know about it too. So something you guys have to deal with, and I appreciate you can deal with it as swiftly as possible. And you better look at this very seriously. Because if you think about that was your son or daughter, how would you feel? Holding your stool or your bowel movements all day long. Just for a few minutes, it's painful. Think about it. That's why I'm here tonight. And I will address this board again, and we will start getting answers. So we need your help, because you guys are the policy makers. So please take that into consideration, and this is the start of whatever you guys want to make it. I bid you guys, thank you.
Is there anyone else at this time that would like to address the board?
Well, who do you want to talk?
I'm not ready.
Allen, and I'm a senior this year at South Almani High School, and I spoke at the last board meeting. And I just want to reiterate what Mr. Pulido said. This isn't going away, and I would also appreciate it if it would be dealt with swiftly and appropriately. And I'm also going to reiterate what I said the last meeting, which is I think this needs to be handled just a little bit more professionally. And I appreciate for the good ambiance in here tonight, because the last meeting was extremely uncomfortable. And I also said last meeting that I want you guys to only take personal what you think for the children, what you think is best for the children. You know, everybody in here has different attitudes, different perspectives, but at the end of the day, we all know what's best for the kids. And that's a safe and healthy school environment that only focuses on their education and their well-being, and not so much the harsh discipline and not allowing them to use the restroom. Because first of all, besides it being harsh, it's illegal and against California school code. And then the second thing I wanted to bring up is it was brought to my attention that a citizen went into the district office to ask for the 700 form, which as you all may know or should know, that it's the conflict of interest form, and that it was denied for her to see it immediately, and they wanted her private information, her full name, address, phone number, email, and that's also not legal. She should not have been denied.
Can I ask you a question about that? Were they given a form to fill out? Because we do have a process. There is a form that needs to be filled out so that we know whom we're actually giving the information to. And it also has to go in so that we will have the time to get that back to them in a timely manner. There is a process. So were they given the document, to your knowledge?
Yes, they were given the document.
And did they actually turn it back in so that we can provide the information, or do you know?
I know, and they did not, but continuing with what I was saying is that you don't need that information for you to disclose that document.
Actually, I work for a charter school myself, and we do have a process in our front office, and a form does have to be filled out just so that we can get the information back and get the proper information. There's plenty of time where we're asked for immigration documentation, or they need attendance information, or somebody else may need something regarding grades, and so we do have a form similar to what you're referencing, and it does have to be filled out and submitted because we do document that and keep. I mean, we have to keep documents for so many things in schools. That's just a part of what we do. So I know even for myself, having to give information back, we do have to have that information. We do have that policy in place. Is that correct? And right, and it's a form that needs to be filled out with information, so that we can get you back the proper information as well. So, if whoever that was wants to turn that paperwork back in and there was something they're requesting, we're happy to get that to you, but we need to have the document back in order to do that, so.
Yeah. I understand that there's a district policy, but that's not California policy, and legally they don't have to disclose. I know that it's your policy, and I completely understand that process and having to take down their information for archive purposes and that kind of stuff and keeping track of who has what. But when it comes to the 700 form, any citizen of the city should be able to walk in and ask for it, and if everything's filled out priorly, which it should be, there shouldn't be an issue with getting it to them immediately. That's my only issue.
That's our policy. If they want the information, we would just ask you to kindly, fill out the document, bring it, and we'll be happy to provide you with the information requested.
Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Linda, and I'm a community activist. And regarding the issues that they were just talked about, we would like a community meeting regarding this issue. So that's what I'm recommending. That's my first item. And I'm also here to address the manner in which this school board decided to nominate an insider to an open board seat left vacant by the resignation of Richard Angel. I'm referring to agenda item number 18. It is custom when a school board cares about transparency and democracy, that it replaces a vacancy by first advertising and accepting qualified applicants from the community. This happens all the time, but the superintendent keeping her 22-year-old dictatorship at Valle Lindo. There is not. Let the public know this. We, the taxpayers and citizens of this community in the great state of California, demand to know how you all agreed beforehand to nominate one person. David Del Rio, is he yet another yes man for the superintendency? Yet another rubber stamp for her? Elections are coming up in less than a year, and we are all going to remember this. That you thought so little of people that live here, that pay taxes, that send their kids to your schools, that you decided not to pay them the littlest respect of making this a public and transparent process. I am so glad that this is being recorded and that your names are public, so all will start to wake up and learn what's going on here. The superintendent did not inform the public of the date change of the school board meeting, violating the Brown Act, but count on us, one forming the appropriate authorities. All of you, the school board, are guilty of abusing your elected position. We are going nowhere. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Derek Hall, another community activist, and here to take issue with the conflict of interest present all of the Valle Lindo School District. And I believe on your agenda, you're going to vote to give yourself a raise of 5%, and wondering if you deserve this. Superintendent is rude to guests, public, and parents, and anybody who comes into this board, and which is unlawful. And superintendent of this district here has a private manufacturing company in the city of South El Monte, and never disclosed this on their 700 disclosure form, which is legally mandated and discloses conflict of interest. We just wonder how someone who hasn't complied with the law will receive a satisfactory board evaluation, and just wonder if there's some type of incentive. And this also has one of the greatest public taxpayer scams going on here. With a private business, and just has the time to run it when being a superintendent of this district here. It's not filed no 700 forms, and which is mandatory. Makes over $221,000 a year in salary, and plus a pension, which is almost $250,000 just for running two schools. This board is given a satisfactory evaluation and inform the public now gonna get a raise, which means gonna retire over $225,000 a year for the rest of her life. Okay. Let me state for this minutes, us taxpayers are giving the superintendent over $225,000 a year, and for the rest of her life, and while most of us are struggling on Social Security, and it's just not right. Thank you.
I do need a full address for you, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we need to have this complete. Also, Ms. Polito, if we can also get a physical address for you, I just show a P.O. box, please. A P.O. box?
Yep. Show my girlfriend.
Los Angeles. Mr. Polito also. It doesn't show the city either, sir, so it's incomplete.
Kelly.
If you don't mind.
I got it on my driver's license, you don't see it? It's not on here though. We need it for record.
Yeah, if you could just complete it for us, please.
Ooh.
Yeah, thank you.
On my driver's license.
public comments? Is there any others? Was there anyone else? Okay. So we will be closing public comments at this time. And we will move on to item 14. We will recess to closed session, so this is not open to the public.